be danger over here because people think that he has something to do with Pac. People think he has something to do with Biggie, and they right here in Brooklyn. You understand? It's right here in Brooklyn, and some of the people are still mad that he made Making of the Band walk to Brooklyn from, to get the cheesecake, and just around the corner from the Cheesecake Factory. So, Junior's. So it might be some dumb shit. So y'all need to get him out of here and ship him to Jersey because somebody gonna kill him over here. Those are good arguments, if you want to call it, but it's bullshit. He gonna get the same.
The speaker is not just talking, he is warning. There is a real fear being painted around Sean Combs, suggesting that his name still carries weight in places like Brooklyn where history has not been forgotten. The streets remember everything, and the mention of Tupac Shakur and the Notorious B.I.G. instantly raises the stakes. This is no longer just gossip, it feels like unresolved tension that never truly died. The idea that people still hold anger after all these years creates a chilling atmosphere. It makes the audience question how deep these wounds really go. And suddenly, it feels like the past is not in the past at all. Then it gets even more intense as the speaker suggests that money and fame cannot protect anyone from real consequences. There is this raw, almost street-level warning that no matter how powerful someone is, certain places operate by different rules. The mention of moving him out for safety is not random, it sounds urgent and serious. It paints a picture of a man who could be walking into danger without even realizing it. The tension builds because nothing is confirmed, yet everything feels possible. And just when the audience starts to process it, the narrative zooms out to remind us that the deaths of Tupac and Biggie were never fully resolved. That unresolved history is what makes every rumor feel believable. And that is exactly what keeps viewers locked in, questioning everything.
This documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Because listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody to fuck? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
A direct attempt to shut down rumors before they even gain momentum. The speaker immediately labels the claims as nonsense and refuses to give them oxygen. But instead of calming things down, this actually makes the situation feel more suspicious. Because when something is dismissed too quickly, people start wondering what is being hidden. The tone is controlled, but underneath it there is clear tension and discomfort. It feels like someone trying to maintain control of a narrative that is slipping away. And that contrast is what pulls the audience deeper into the story. Then comes a shift in energy where respect is shown to the interviewer, but boundaries are firmly set. The speaker acknowledges the question but makes it clear that certain topics are off limits. This creates a strange mix of politeness and avoidance that feels intentional. It is almost like answering without actually answering anything important. The audience starts to notice the careful choice of words and what is being left unsaid. That silence becomes louder than any direct statement could ever be. And suddenly, curiosity turns into suspicion. What makes this moment powerful is the reference to how things would have been handled years ago. There is a hint that the response would have been much more aggressive in the past. That alone tells the audience that growth or caution has changed the approach. But it also raises a question about why that change happened in the first place. Is it maturity, or is it pressure from everything surrounding the situation now? That subtle shift adds another layer of mystery to the entire conversation. And viewers can feel that something bigger is lurking beneath the surface. The repeated dismissal of the claims as nonsense is meant to shut the door completely. But ironically, it does the opposite and makes people more curious. Because when something is denied so strongly, it starts to feel like damage control. The audience begins to question whether this is confidence or fear speaking. Every word feels calculated, like it has been said many times before. There is no emotion, just controlled responses that avoid going deeper. And that lack of emotion makes everything feel even more intense. Then the narrative suddenly pivots into history, bringing back the name of Tupac Shakur. This is where the emotional weight of the story truly begins to build. The mention of the shooting instantly changes the tone from discussion to tragedy. It reminds the audience that behind all the rumors, there was real loss. A young life cut short in a moment that shocked the entire world. That reality grounds the story and makes everything feel more serious, and it connects the present rumors to a painful past. The timeline of events adds another layer of intensity to the narrative. The fact that Tupac survived for days before passing away makes it even more heartbreaking. It creates an image of hope that slowly faded into tragedy. That emotional detail pulls the audience deeper into the moment. It is no longer just information, it becomes something you can feel. And that feeling keeps viewers emotionally invested in the story. Because now it is not just about rumors, it is about legacy. As the story unfolds, the weight of history starts pressing down on every claim. The audience begins to understand why these conversations still happen today. Unanswered questions create space for endless speculation. And that space is exactly where rumors continue to grow. The lack of closure keeps everything alive even decades later. It turns old events into ongoing mysteries that refuse to fade. And that is what keeps people talking.